Gentlemen, welcome back to the Prime Dude Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Edwards, your men's fashion wingman who actually walks the walk and wears the stuff. Okay, big show today. It's going to be summer shirts. I'm going to talk about some casual but high quality shirts that you should add to your wardrobe, whether it's this style from Bonobos or others like it. We're going to get into some summer shoes and also a dress shoe that has a nice sartorial touch with the Tassel Loafer. Then talk about some mirror shine. Actually, I'm going to start with that because I'm getting better at it. You can see one of my items in the back that I use for my mirror shine. That's a mister. And then I want to talk to you about Anthony Veer, an Indian shoemaker that's been around since 2016. And I got my new pair back there that I'm pretty excited to talk about and I'll be wearing very soon. So let's jump into the summer. It's hot. It's June right now, going on July. And I live in the southern United States, so where it's also humid. And I like to be out as much as possible, but I also don't want to look sloppy or too sweaty by wearing something that's made of a heavier cotton or wool. Now there's some nice t-shirts you can get from places like J. Crew, like a distress shirt, everyday, what we call basics. But to style it up, if you're going somewhere for dinner or lunch outside, it's a patio time, add something like what I'm wearing. This is the Riviera Cabana shirt from Bonobos, and it's essentially a seersucker-like feel. It's not full seersucker, but cotton with some breathability. Each of these little stars here in this beautiful green has holes in it. So it's a real breathable, fairly light cotton shirt that has some structure, doesn't wrinkle easy, just enough weight to handle being light. It's a nice, a little bit looser fit, not too slimming, but very, I would say, favorable to just about any physique. I'm wearing a large in this shirt, actually an extra large, sorry. Almost messed that up. The Riviera shirts from Bonobos run a little small. So this is an extra large. This is their Cabana shirt, a fun summer, you can tell. Easy going with what they call the camp collar, a little bit wider collar for your everyday kind of summer casual, but adding a little dressiness to it. This will go great with shorts or my favorite, my new linen pants, linen casual pants from Proper Cloth. I'll throw a quick video clip up there now. I just got them. Wore them last night for the first time. They're awesome, but they're a linen cotton blend. So when you add cotton to linen, that adds a little weight to it, but a little less of the fold and wrinkle. But if you like linen as much as I do, also from Bonobos, here is their Riviera linen shirt. So this is the Riviera Cabana, right? And this is more of a full linen. It's in a lavender. I just love lavender. Kind of goes with everything in this linen material. And you can see I just got this one. It's going to need a little bit of a light iron, right? It's not going to look perfectly flat like the model does on the website, but that's what linen's supposed to do. It's supposed to fold a little bit. So make your choice. I picked this because it is cotton, isn't going to get as wrinkled. It's going to be more wrinkle resistant than the linen, sort of linen classic evening or everyday button-up shirt in short sleeve for the summer from Bonobos. So two of my favorites. They're not paying me anything to say it or talk about it. I just like the clothes. They're high quality. I wear their business casual chinos. I just call them just their chinos for whatever you want to do, for business casual. Very great for travel, have a little bit of stretch to them. Highly recommend the brand Bonobos. And of course, these two summer shirts I talked about. So it's summer, it's fun. Wear lighter stuff, but you can still look nice. Put it together. And I think if you want to wear something that looks really fun with it, we'll get to the Tassel Loafers. You can wear them with shorts if it's a certain style and color, or with pants. Give me a second on those. I wanted to start with, when we get to the shoes, my mirror shine technique secret that I've added to save some time, in my opinion. I've tried a few ways. You know, if you've seen the podcast, I've done a fair amount of shoe care, not doing anything today, but I'm always holding back because I'm like, okay, the mirror shine's not something I want to do while I'm talking to my friends here. So I did this recently in just 5 minutes. Okay, so what you do, you're done with the shoe care portion, which shoe care can be the renovateur, the shoe cream polish. That's really the two. And I don't recommend adding Saphir Renovateur every time. I don't think you need to. I think you can do your brush and then add the shoe cream polish and be done. If you're short on time, at least you've taken care of some of the water spots, a little bit of the dirt, whatever, and you've added a nice coat of shoe cream polish. That's basic shoe care. Then you step into the wax polish. And then if you really want to go the distance, right, beyond the Saphir wax polish, you add a mirror gloss. And so the shoe I just showed you is the Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue, I got factory seconds at a deal from Edmonds, one of my favorite go-to. It's a quarter brogue, so it's a little different than the Park Avenue and typically less money. but it's a great mahogany color. So I use the medium brown mirror gloss because they don't have mahogany in the mirror gloss. They have more basic colors. And what I do is I'll open up the tin, right? This is, again, a hard wax. That's what you need for mirror shine. I've got my regular wax done. I brushed it off. The shoe's ready. And I incorporated this mister, right? Nice, even mist. You don't get heavy spotting. It's not like spraying regular spray. And I learned this from an airport shoe shine guy. It was fantastic. And he sprayed it right on my shoe after applying the hard wax. And he took what I have here, didn't have it ready, the cotton chamois, right? Just a nice cotton chamois. And he did that buffing thing as I'm sitting there in the chair. For us, what you've seen before is we just do the wrap around the fingers, right? One time, then I grip it, and I'm ready to go. And what I do is these makeup removers, you've seen them, right? I get these really cheap cotton, I think they're removers. Yeah, that's what I use it for. My wife has them, but I don't get to use hers. They're just a nice disc. There's a couple stuck together. They're real cheap, real easy to get. I've got one ready here. That was extra. And I'll apply just a little bit of the hard wax, right, to this. You've seen me do this with the regular wax. Get a nice, about 5 times, 6 times around, and I got a nice layer here. Then I apply it to the shoe. That's actually, I got the light brown, which you could do with mahogany, but I do the medium brown mirror gloss with mahogany. I apply a thin layer. Then with the chamois wrapped around my finger, I mist the cloth from a distance, and then it'll have some moisture on it. And what I'll do is I'll tamp just so it's not too wet. I don't want it sponge wet. There's some moisture, and then I start buffing, right? I start buffing lightly, as you've seen in so many videos, right? Just lightly across the cap toe, wherever the toe is, buffing light, not pressing. With that little bit of moisture, you should not have to spray again. I've done it before, but that hard wax layer, just one layer, is going to start disappearing. It takes about 5 minutes to get what I have here in a high quality leather dress shoe. I do really think the leather's really solid from Edmonds, and it's getting to be a pretty darn good mirror shine. This is just one application, less than 5 minutes actually, probably 3, and I was absolutely set. Very happy with that, getting close. And so there's the way the mist is a great way to add moisture without it clotting in one spot or another. If there's too much, you're just going to rub completely that hard wax off, and it's not going to create the reaction you want with the leather, right? You've got that wax coat underneath. Now you want the harder wax that's going to take a little more light labor. Again, buff light, like barely, and take it around time. Let it happen for a couple minutes. It's going to be gone, and you're going to start seeing that mirror. If you want to get real crazy, just repeat that a couple times. And what you can do, now that there's already hard wax on the chamois, is you can take with the finger wrap, you can take a little bit. It's what you used to do in the military with regular wax. Put the wax on the chamois, then spray it once, and then go. And you're going to see the wax kind of apply, and you got moisture. You keep buffing, and it's going to disappear. So you get a nice mirror shine that way. Never forget, by the way, if you're sitting around, don't let these dry out. Get that lid, at least set it on top, and then you're all done with your mirror shine. So we're getting, you've done this with me. I'm getting a more comfortable process, quick process. I don't have time to buff, and work that while I'm doing something else. I don't multitask well, other than listening to like Ask Oki or another podcast. I'm not able to interact with a meeting and mirror shine if I'm not on screen virtually. I'm not there yet. So maybe I will be. But again, I'll link these cotton chamois. They're like a microfiber. I really like them. They're washable. I'll link those in down below. The mister, everything I use for my mirror shine portion. You can get all of this on Amazon. All right, so we talked about linen shirts, camp style shirts, cotton. Now we're going to talk about a great summer style shoe. It is a Tassel loafer. And I'm starting with this one from Edmonds because it's their chili color and it's the kilty. Kilty loafer's a little bit involved. I really like this. This is also a factory second buy in my collection, so I save money. Fits true to size. This is a 10.5D for me in Edmonds, which, as you'll see in my upcoming show, I talk about in Edmonds. I do a deep dive, and I talk about why they're like a global dominator just based on the revenue. It's crazy how much money Edmonds has made since they were bought by Caleres in 2014. They were a $255 million company. They're over $750 million now in annual revenue. It's nuts. No one's knocking them off. You see these shows that talk about an Alan Edmonds killer. Sorry, no one's touching them. Not Beckett, Simonon, not Birdland, not anybody. Fantastic shoes, don't get me wrong. But in the United States, Alan Edmonds will continue to dominate, even though the expansion, the growth has created some issues, and we'll talk about that in that show. It's going to be out so soon that you probably, by the time you watch it, I'll have a link down below. But this kilty loafer is a cool style choice. I do travel with it when I do pack it. You'll see on the other ones I have, I put rubber band, quick, simple rubber band on the tassel so that they don't bend in the shoe bag. But I love wearing these as, you know, they're loafers, they're slip-on, they're easy. If I ever have to take them off anywhere, like at the airport, no problem. But again, it's got that extra style touch of the tassel, which is really cool. And some people were telling me recently, I was not telling me, but I was seeing online, well, those are tassels are old for old guys, are out. You see them all the time. A lot of the models in the casual suit, companies like Proper Cloth, they're wearing suede tassel loafers with those more casual cotton, wool, linen blend suits. And I picked this one up. I got real excited to have a suede loafer in a medium kind of chestnut brown from Beckett Simonon. These cost me about $180. They fit true to size, of course. We've talked about Beckett Simonon. This took a couple months plus to get because they make small batches, they don't carry inventory, and they pass the savings on to you. This is a very smooth, very durable feeling suede. I don't feel like this is going to break apart or have any long-term damage if it gets a little bit wet. Of course, use that Saphir spray. I should have had some sitting here. It works with suede. It works with leather. It lasts forever. You don't need a lot. It takes 10 minutes of it sitting on there, and it will give you some defensive layer for moisture, especially with your suede. Easy to clean if you follow directions. Saphir also makes a great suede cleaner. I wouldn't use the Renomat or the Renomaa, as they say. That's more I use for like rubber or, you know, actually mostly just rubber or leather kind of sole if I want to clean something. The suede clear cleaner is great for this. Excited to wear these. I might wear them this week because I'm going to the Carolinas for work, and it's going to be a great warm atmosphere, but I'll always check the weather. If there's any chance of rain, I really don't want to wear suede. I don't trust any spray protector that much, but a cool way of changing up just a basic suede loafer, right? You've got the nice tassel option that goes on top. It's just another sartorial touch to add a little bump, a little oomph to what is already a fantastic look in a suede loafer. Okay, next up, another tassel loafer. My last one, I wanted to go a little different color schemes. This is from Alan Edmonds, a Goodyear welted shoe like the kilty loafer I showed you before. The only difference with Beckett Simonon, and I think this is great with loafers, is these are Blake stitched. So not Goodyear welted. Again, that's part of the savings. Blake stitched shoes will always do you right. Unless you're planning on wearing something every day, you probably may never need to get it resoled. But Goodyear welted is a great option. You're going to pay for it. But Goodyear welted, again, allows for resoling. It's more watertight. I don't recommend loafers like this getting wet anyway, but it's not like a storm welt. That's something different. But you got Goodyear welting, similar stitch look on the sole of these Alan Edmonds. And this I picked up on sale, the April sale. It's June now. I got this a couple months ago. I always wanted a walnut tassel loafer. I don't like to spend a lot of money on walnut tan colors because I don't wear them a lot. And I do only wear them in the spring and summer. I do not feel like this is a year-round color. I think you could do this for business casual, but more like Friday, wearing some linen cotton pants or light colored denim, which I think is okay once in a while in a business environment. But keep that in mind. Walnut tans can be tough to style. You shouldn't wear dark colors with this, but it's a beautiful, nice touch. You can see the rubber band I talked about. This is how they ship. I haven't had a chance to wear these yet. That's my problem with my slight shoe addiction, but the rubber is a great way. This is how they ship it. So I've adopted that if I have to pack tassel loafers myself. It's just a great way to keep these from getting bent to a point where they may not be able to nicely sit back and have that bounce and that even brush flow that you want from a tassel loafer. Before we jump to the Anthony Veer, which I'll move to the front of my little shoe stage back here, I want to talk about something I got from Artisan of London. This is a yak hair shoe brush, much softer than what you have in the traditional, which I should have up front, horsehair, right? Horsehair is great. That's what you use typically. Any shoe kit you're going to get is going to have a horsehair shoe brush. But if you're doing the test, I don't even want to put horsehair on my recently shaved and conditioned smooth face. But yak hair, yeah, I've used it too, guys. I don't care. Right? Get a little shoe oil in there. It doesn't matter to me. This bad boy is super soft. Man, it is different. And so for shoes like what I'm going to show you from Anthony Veer, or like others I've shown you with a patina and some real artisan touches to the color and how they prepare the leather, it is recommended by a number of companies that you use a yak hair shoe brush, which will cost you a little bit more money, but it's worth it. Artisan of London, they're an exclusive, or one of the exclusive retailers and sales locations for Yearn Shoemaker. Gentleman's Gazette has a video tour of Artisan of London with their owner. It's really cool. And so they do ship direct their shoe care, their Yearn shoes, and others that they offer at Artisan of London. And this yak hair shoe brush from Paul Brungard, right? Paul Brungard, famous shoe care brand. It's really worth the investment. I'm using it in all of my nice patina shoes, whether they cost $250 or closer to $1,000. I feel like what I've read, the horsehair might be a little bit tough, like the Saphir Renovateur on that beautiful patina on that nice leather. All right, so the star of the show is always a new pair of shoes, it seems, or a pair we haven't talked about. And this is a really exciting find for me. I hadn't heard about them. Maybe I'd heard about them but didn't know they were from India and didn't know how fantastic the prices were. But this is my new gold Horesbit Tassel loafer from Anthony Veer. And Anthony Veer is the name of the founder. In 2016, Anthony Veer founded Anthony Veer Shoes. These are Goodyear welted. So, and again, in India, a fantastic Indian shoemaker coming at us again, who is bringing us closed channel stitching, beautiful tacking, and craftsmanship on the sole. I think I said it. Oops. And even apron stitching. I haven't done the full shoe table yet with this one, but I'm telling you, this is a contender. This is gorgeous, fits true to size. I have an average width shoe. Anthony Veer typically stays in that range. The shoes feel like they're very versatile. The brown, dark brown burnish of this shoe is immaculate. This shoe cost me about $215, $220. How's that? It's just, again, look at the sole. They put a sticker here to give you some protection trying on. If you remove this sticker, you can't return the shoe according to what it says. But nice waist. Look at that. I mean, just a real nice design to a Horesbit loafer that I'm excited to try. I do love Horesbit. I didn't used to, but it's something of a bridge of a little style or dress code upgrade to a standard loafer, which I do think when you have a burnished brown, dark brown, or black loafer, it can go with most of your suits. I think adding a Horesbit, whether it's gold or a silver color, does give you that upgrade, where I think with a dark color wool suit, this is perfectly appropriate. There are people that are no, never derbies, no, never loafers. But when you say Horesbit in a high quality leather, not anything that's casual around the toe, that has more of a moccasin apron, this is your typical almond, or if you have a square tape, higher formal last, or more of a formal upgrade last like this. Then you add the Horesbit. I think it's super dressy. I think it's something that can go from a nice business casual to a semi-formal, that even with a tie in your suit, you're going to be just fine in a dark color like this with the Horesbit. So Anthony Veer, it's a company that I'm looking at. I wish they had this in black. I do have a pair of Meerman Horesbit black loafers on order. Actually, they're being exchanged. It's funny, I had the Nova Last from Meerman in the brown or tan color, which is more like a cognac loafer. I talked about it last week. 10.5, no problem, fits fine. But the Horesbit loafer is supposedly on the same last. It fits a little bit snug. So I'm going to try an actual 11 and compare it. So I've got those on exchange, but I would love Anthony Veer. I've tried these on already, and they are a fantastic style upgrade for my wardrobe. They're my first Horesbit gold brown loafers. So really excited to try those out on the road. They feel comfortable, high quality tanneries they use from Europe. Again, Goodyear welted, just a really nice shoe to add to your wardrobe after you have your basic black and brown dress shoes. Guys, that's all I have for today. When you get a chance, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, put on your alerts. I'm going to be doing this podcast every week. As I mentioned earlier, I've got an Alan Edmonds deep dive show coming. It should be linked below. I'm filming my Bridlin shoe review, followed by my Yearn Shoemaker, 2 pairs of shoes I've talked about recently here on the podcast, and a lot more coming from the road, from business. if you need this show, guys, definitely stay with me. Again, I've made a lot of mistakes and learned from them. I'm going to try to help you out where I can. If there's a topic or a concept or a pair of shoes or clothing item that you want me to try, drop it down in the comments or send me an email at rob@primedude.com. I also have the website, primedude.com, with all of my fashion articles that also link to my YouTube channels when I offer them on the same topic or product or stuff. Again, I wear it, guys. I work in it. I put this stuff through the test. Almost everything is not sponsored. The only thing that I have to offer coming up in a review that's been provided to me is a fantastic briefcase so far from Maverick & Company, and I feel like I've got to really work with it for a couple months before I give you a full review. And believe me, if I like a briefcase, it's been through it. Nobody puts briefcase through what I do, just like the clothes, right? Every suit you see me in on the other shows, everything I might overlay to this one, guys, I've worn it not just here and there to the office. I'm not just trying it on for that video or for those photos. I am traveling in it. I am moving in it. It is heat tested. It is cold tested, just like the shoes, the clothes are the same way. So tune in for all that. Again, follow, subscribe. If you like, share this with your friends. Really appreciate the support so far. All the comments, all the feedback is always welcome. And as always, stay prime.